what does Romo look like to you? Certainly with right now that spot behind him completely blank, unless you figure Dak Prescott could fill it. What do you think about all that, Kurt?
Well, I mean, it's definitely going to be interesting. I mean, they're only a few days into camp, and Tony was already off yesterday. He didn't practice yesterday. I think he's off again today. They're giving him a couple days off. And it was having to do somewhat with his back a little bit as he's getting older, and just dealing with some of the back issues he's had in the past, and just kind of managing that. And then you've already got the idea of the collarbone, which he broke last year, and he was telling us on the network when we interviewed him yesterday that the effect supposedly is supposed to be like a pogo stick, whatever they did in there with the surgery. So it's supposed to be able to retract and bounce back. So it was interesting when he was talking about it. But, he tried to play it off like, I don't think about it, I don't worry about it. But I think you could tell in camp yesterday, everybody is holding their breath. They believe everything with this team hinges on Tony Romo and his health. So they're being very cautious with him from the collarbone to the back. And I think there's a lot of concern there, not just, because they don't have a backup, didn't have one last year, but just because Tony is so special and so unique. And I don't think anybody believes there that they can have nearly the success they had 2 years ago without Tony Romo behind center. And so everybody was really holding their breath, knowing he wasn't practicing already, and just concerned that he might not make it 16 games.
What do they do then, Kurt?
I know.
I mean, where do they go right now? Because they can't put a raw rookie behind him going to 2016.
Isn't it amazing? I mean, after last year and watching how they had no backup plan, I think the first thing you said when they got to the offseason, you said, okay, they're not going to let that happen 2 years in a row. And, I mean, here we are, the first week of training camp. The only backup with any experience goes down with a broken ankle. The other two guys haven't played a single snap. Tony's already sitting out, just managing his injuries. And you're sitting here going, can the Cowboys possibly be in the exact same situation they were in last year when they went 1-11 down the stretch? I think that's the thing that amazes me more than anything. Not that, guys are getting banged up and they're worried about Tony, but just that here we are for a second year in a row, and they have absolutely no plan at the backup quarterback position.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.